Trump's tariff tantrum might just crumble Disney's MCU empire, and the internet is absolutely losing its mind over a wild rumor that Avengers Doomsday has hit pause mid-production. Greetings, humans. Notorious information sites like That Park Place are hyping up reports that Disney is slamming the brakes on their $300 million UK-filmed blockbuster, all because of a massive 100% tax that Trump announced on May 4th. But don't buy into the doom scrolling just yet. Pausing an Avengers movie mid-shoot would basically be like Disney torching their own vault. Let's cut through all the noise and get down to the real mess. Trump jumped on Truth Social and announced a whopping 100% tariff on foreign-made films, calling overseas production an economic crisis and even a national security threat. And ever since, Hollywood's been spiraling out of control. Now, Avengers Doomsday, currently filming at Pinewood Studios in the UK, is directly caught in the crosshairs. Why film in the UK in the first place? Because Disney's chasing a juicy 25% tax rebate, saving roughly $76 million off their massive $300 million budget. But if this tariff actually kicks in, that budget could balloon to a staggering $600 million overnight, meaning Doomsday would need around $1.2 billion just to break even. That's endgame level money, and let's be real, Doomsday's probably not hitting those heights. That Park Place, leaning on vague industry sources, claims Disney might pause production until the tariff situation clears up. But let's be real. This idea of pausing Doomsday feels like pure fan fiction. You can't just hit pause on a production like this. Pinewood is booked solid for 6 months. The cast is locked in. The sets are already built. It's not a switch you just flip. Take a quick look at Disney's recent experience with Snow White, where production delays pushed that budget up to around $270 million. Disney knows that halting Doomsday now would tack on tens of millions in studio fees, crew costs, and risk pushing their carefully planned May 2026 release into 2027 or beyond. But don't get it twisted. Disney's not exactly relaxing here either. They're trapped in a nightmare of their own making. For years, they've been jetting off to the UK, New Zealand, wherever tax rebates look best, cushioning costly self-inflicted flops like Thunderbolts, which limped to just $74 million domestic. Trump's tariff announcement is basically a Molotov cocktail tossed straight into Disney's globalist playbook. If they pause production, costs explode. If they try to relocate to Trilith Studios in Atlanta, they're looking at months of logistical chaos. Hiring new crews, shipping massive sets across the ocean, and untangling a full-blown scheduling nightmare. And if they keep filming in the UK, they're gambling on tariff exemptions or legal loopholes that might never show up. And the tariff itself? Still a total mystery. Will it actually apply to US films shot overseas? Like Doomsday? Nobody knows. Not even Disney. Hollywood Reporter already said studios were completely caught off guard. Disney's stock even took a 2% dip on May 5th before slightly recovering after their earnings report. The UK, Australia, and New Zealand are all freaking out over losing major film industry money, but Trump isn't blinking. But here's the bigger issue. It's not just Doomsday at stake. Avatar 4 filming in New Zealand, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey shooting in Morocco, Supergirl in the UK. All could get hammered if this tariff goes through. Fans are already bracing for potential delays and higher ticket prices across the board. But tariffs alone aren't saving Hollywood. Skyrocketing production costs in the US and growing cultural disconnects with audiences are the real underlying problems. So is Disney really pausing Avengers Doomsday? Right now, that's highly unlikely. No official word from Disney or Marvel has come yet. And frankly, they're not foolish enough to knee-jerk react based on clickbait rumors. But you can bet they're sweating in boardrooms, stuck between bad choices because their addiction to overseas tax breaks has left them totally vulnerable. This tariff, if enforced, could suddenly turn Doomsday into a $600 million gamble. And if it flops like Thunderbolts due to ongoing brand damage, the entire MCU empire could be in serious trouble. Trump's tariff is absolutely a legitimate threat, but Disney's more likely to push through filming and desperately hope for a legal loophole than to pause and bleed cash unnecessarily. But if this tariff sticks, the consequences go way beyond Disney. Hollywood's entire overseas hustle could collapse overnight. So what do you think? Is the MCU actually doomed, or are we just watching another wave of internet panic? So keep your focus locked on the fallout, because when a studio gets blindsided by its own shortcuts, even a blockbuster can skid straight into a wall. Stay vigilant, stay vocal, stay mythic.